Hey you guys, welcome to the Grace of Thrones. If this is your first time, and if this is not, welcome back. I truly appreciate your support. So and go ahead if the message resonates with you. YouTube works with the algorithm. Do go ahead and like the video, share the messages, and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm going to be starting this message out with a channel message that I received on the full moon. Okay, I actually have two, but Spirit is telling me to do it separately, so I'm actually going to do two separates. So let's start with the full moon. The night of the full moon, which we just had, which is the buck full moon, which is a full moon in Capricorn. And so there's a divine feminine energy, right? And she had a child. And she herself was beautiful, and she was intuitive, and she was an empath, and she was also naturally powerful, right? And there was this very popular and powerful spiritualist, male spiritualist, or you can say warlock, right? And so the divine feminine, she was she was like, damn, he's powerful. That's pretty dope how much power he has. And his power, she took notice of it, and she was actually in a bit of awe, right? Or if not in awe, of how much power this man had. And so then she noticed that he took a liking to her, and he invited her to his house. He was like, I want you to come over, come by. So she was like, you know what? She took the invitation. And on the way to his house, she realized it was a bunch of other women lined up in a line, on schedule to come to his house. One was coming at 2, one was booked for 4, and another was booked for 6. A line of females lined up to come to his house. So in the dream, the feminine spirit guide showed her, you see how powerful he is? And she's like, yes, spirit. And she said, and her spirit guide says, oh, you see all these women out here lined up to come in his house? She says, yes, spirit. Her spirit guide tells her, this is where he gets his power from. He gets his power from the woman. So he draws power, the power that he was working with. Yes, it was so powerful, but it wasn't actually his power. He was actually energy harvesting the powers of feminine energies. So when she got that message, she's there, and she's at his house, and she decides, oh, hell no, I ain't going in now, Pappy. I see how you get this shit. And she was like, all right, cool, I'm out of here, this is no him soul power. This is actually energy harvesting of feminine energies. So I was I woke up from the dream, and I was like, Spirit, why would you give me that dream 333 on a full moon? What is you trying to tell me? And I was like, oh, okay. So if any of you guys understand anything about spirituality, the deep end of it and the alchemy end of it, nothing can be done without the power of a woman. I don't care if it's the grandma, the auntie, the sister, the who, whatever. The woman, period, energy you need a woman's energy to make it effective. You need the woman's power to make it what it is, right? And so I was like, damn. And then, if you think about it, I didn't realize until 2019, before the pandemic, the fall before the pandemic, that fall season, I started realizing damn, every time, the moon cycle changes every 28 days, and so does a woman's cycle, monthly cycle changes every 28 days. And I was like, wow, women are so powerful, connected to the moon, and the moon, you got to do your own research on that, but in itself, the moon is a very powerful energy, right? And very ancient energy. And so you know, all creation comes from the mother energy, right? And if you think about it, there's no dynamic, there's no structure, there's no family, there's no home that can really prosper or succeed without the woman, right? Now, like I said, it don't have to be like specifically, oh, the wife, the girlfriend, or whatever. The woman, period, whether that be a sister energy, a mother energy, a grandmother energy, a aunt. It's, if you really check and analyze, the strength of the family comes from the woman. And then scientifically, the source, life source comes from the woman. Okay, so I learned this last semester in African art history class I took. And what I learned is that my professor was like, you know, women are more easily to be possessed. And I was like, wow, like, I didn't notice that. He said, yeah, notice that when you hear possessions, it's mostly of a woman. And that's because woman has the ability to carry life from the other side, souls from the other side to here. So woman, your womb is a natural portal to the other side. I'm hearing sirens in my background. And so he was like, you know, he was teaching us about the different cultures in Africa and things like that. And so he was like, the spirits are more prone to mounting a woman because of that. They prefer to mount a woman. Mount is another word for like possess, right? They prefer to mount a woman than a man, and it's because of that very source. Women are a natural portal to the other side. And I said, damn, if I really think about it, if you ever thought about any possession you ever experienced or witnessed or heard of in your life, it's mostly feminine energies, like, right? And so this doesn't have to be a negative thing. This is actually a very powerful thing. But if not handled right, it can, you know, go bananas, right? But like, let me give you like a good example. Like, you ever had like a woman in your family, especially like an elder woman in your family, or just a woman energy, a feminine energy in the family, that they always had a way of knowing things before it happened, or they just, no, don't do that, like, don't do this then, and you're like, why? Like, you know, ma or auntie or G-ma, like, or sis, whatever. And it's like, I just feel it, like my gut is telling me, which is your womb, which is connected to the other side, right? And yeah, and more times than ever, they're always right, yeah. So that was just like an example. Like, it doesn't have to be a negative thing where like spirit mounts, like, or a negative spirit like possesses the woman or whatever. But even when you bring a child from the heavens, right? You are bringing a soul from the other side, from the heavenlies, into your womb and escorting them here, growing them in your body. So the woman's body is no joke, is what I'm trying to say. So like for me, I said, oh shoot, let me, like, don't get me wrong, like, you obviously we need both male energy and masculine energy to be balanced in this realm. Like, the divine created both sexes to create life and to balance life, right? So I'm not excluding the power of a man or the necessity or the essential need of a man being in our lives, right? Because it takes two, right? And 911, I was just like, Spirit was letting me know, like, don't get so crazy and thinking, with male spiritualists, when they're really using feminine energy. Like, you can be in ooh and ah, but don't forget that the real ooh and ah, the real power comes from the source of the woman, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to pull some cards and see what message Spirit wants to say about this further. Like, you know, what messages come out. But I was like, damn. So I would just say, like, to all the feminine energies, like, know your power. Like, I remember before I received my official, like, spiritualist mentor, right? I met a spiritualist from Africa. I never saw her again after that. So crazy. My guides are just like, I don't know, they're unique. So I met her, and she told me, she was like, you're very powerful, but you have to refrain from sex. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, very powerful, but refrain from sex. And so, you know, later on, I've come to see, like, what she said is true. Like, you know, right? We have the Eight of Wands, right? A lot of power comes from the woman, and especially your sexual energy. So I was like, okay, now, like, 'cause I remember when I was growing up in church, I used to, like, kind of rebel, like, oh, these old people don't want me to have my groove on. They, da, 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 da. But later on, I realized, like, no, like, it does. And even when coming into spirituality, like, no, like, knowing how to control your sexual urges and being more wiser with who you collab with sexually is very important in 1111, because sexual energy is life force energy. It's the most creative life force energy. So, like, especially when you're trying to manifest, you would notice that, like, if you sleep with boo, babe, hey, he, whatever, they'll start winning. All the blessings that was supposed to be for you, they'll end up transferring to them, right? And sometimes the men will, you know, they will tell you, like, I don't know if there's a football player, it was, I think, Tom Brady or some shit. He was like, listen, I did whatever my wife told me, and it worked, and we won. So, like, you know, when the blessings came in the home, he blessed everyone, he blessed the woman. But sometimes men, they will take the energy of the feminine and take her power and do what they do and gain a status of power or financial, you know, increase, and then switch up and act like it's their power. The whole time they were energy harvesting or spirit eating over feminine energies. So just be careful is what I'm saying. And know your power as a feminine, okay? Right? So I have the Eight of Wands clarified by the Ten of Wands. Five of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Seven of Cups in reverse. So what I'm getting here so far is that you definitely have the ability to manifest and receive a lot of things, right? But you got to be careful while you're manifesting to not carry on the burdens of others. Because, like, you know, if you even think about society too, like, women carry the most labor and the most unpaid labor that is not talked about, right? Women do a lot of labor and shit that they don't get paid for, but, like, who else is gonna do it if the woman doesn't do it, right? Let me just clear this, get some further message. So Spirit is saying that there's a lot of beautiful things that are gonna come in, especially with, like, things that you've been, like, working on, and you've been requesting, like, praying on, something that you've been creating or manifesting. Like, it was a no before, or it was a struggle before, but it's going to come in. And guess when it's going to come in? It's going to come in when you release something. There's something or someone you need to release. So that you have to know intuitively. I can't tell you. So it's like we have a question mark here. What do you need to release? Like, there's a lot of beautiful things that are coming in and that wants to come in, but what do you need to release, right? So then we have the Ten of Wands clarified by you're good enough, full moon Virgo. And you know, Virgo is mother energy, empress energy. Like, you are queen, you are Mother Earth, okay? And sadly, like, as great as Mother Earth is, she carries the burdens of all mankind, right? But know that you are good enough, all right? And look at this. Look at this, you're good enough, baby. And don't let the burdens that been, you know, weighing you down, or like that been, you know, you've been up against, make you feel like that you're not good enough, because you are. So the time of loss is it's over. Spirit doesn't want you to focus on anything that you lost. Whatever's lost is lost. Take the lesson, gain the lesson, go for it, and know that your commitment is being tested at this time. Be mindful of the illusions, right? Take the time to really meditate and really reflect and analyze your actions, your thoughts, where you're putting your time and energy to, who you're giving it to, and who you allow to, you know, who you allow to penetrate your thoughts with their words and things like that, and what environments you allow yourself to be in. And there's so much that's coming in, right? A lot of people are going to want to come show you love, but honestly, all of it will be true love. So you're going to have to take the time to, you know, discern, breathe, and analyze, hey, is this really for me, or is this an ulterior motive for you, right? Because you'll have people that will be dressed, what you call it, sheep in wolf's clothing, acting like they want to come give you love, show you love, support, but they're up to tricks and manipulation games. So like the warlock I saw in the dream, he was acting like, you know, he wanted to show this feminine energy love, and like, you know, he's so beautiful, and whole time it was more than her beauty. It was, he had an ulterior motive to spirit eat her, or like energy rape her for her powers, because that's honestly what it is. Because sometimes, like, if don't get me wrong, if the male knows, and you know, like, okay, when we do the transaction, we're going to be transferring powers, but we're working as a team. But some men, they will know that you have power, even when you don't even know. You're sitting there like, oh, I don't feel good enough. Oh, I don't have it. You might even know it, but they know it, and they like, come let me help you. Come let me show you some love. Let me give you some love, because, you know, love is the most addictive drug, where women are easily bamboozled by the hopes of love, all to know that it was just a game for his gain. So just be mindful, right? Okay, so let me see. The messages come out here. Yeah, so especially like the truth is that there's a masculine energy that is lying about something, and you can confront him. It doesn't even have to be spousal rights, right? It could also be like just a male energy that is spiritually manipulative, right? And like when you try to confront them, they don't want to talk about it. They got an attitude. They got anxiety, you know. But there's a lot of high crimes that's being exposed at this time. And there is a price for everything. So just be mindful of what you touch, who you allow to touch you. And, you know that spirits are definitely more than 100 years old. They're ancient. And, like, you know, humans are, what about 100 or under 100 years old? So, like, be mindful that you don't allow anybody to allow you to pay for their karmic debt, right? Or spirit eat you to the point where no one can save you, okay? Honor yourself. If the right thing violates your energy, it's not okay. Know that you want more for yourself, and it's okay to want more for yourself because you are good enough, right? And it's okay if you don't want to follow the footsteps of someone else, but rather your own. Sometimes masculine energies get like, oh, you need to follow me, the lead. There is a time to submit, and there's a time to stand as a feminine energy. So, like, balance that and discern when it's time for you to submit and when it's time for you to stand, right? So there is some financial deliverance that is coming your way, a breakthrough from some type of poverty. And especially with how things are going right now, like, I honestly, like, I'm trying to work on how to provide private messages or private readings for you guys, because I generally don't like the ruckus I see people using spirituality to manipulate people financially, and that's fucked up. It's fucked up. And I've seen this growing up even in the church sector, and now I see it even in spirituality where like it's not balanced, and a lot of it is manipulation. And it's like, are you truly here to help the souls of mankind, or are you here to just manipulate? So I just ask you guys to give me patience, because I do have to like make something where it is balanced, but I don't want to be a part of the charades, the circus that I see out here. Okay. Spirit is asking you, Spirit wants you to know that Judgment Day will be arriving for some folks, okay? And when it does, keep your emotions out of it and stick with logic, okay? Ooh, abundance. Wow. And it's clarifying, we had the financial breakthrough from poverty, all right? And remember, like, these energies can Spirit eat and take your fortune. So they have bad luck and you have good luck and you do energy transfer with them, guess what? They swap it. But you are awaking now, or Spirit is awakening you to realize your worth and know that how abundant you are naturally. Step aside from, because I always say too, like, I don't like to mix money with divine, because money is a man-made system. And if you check back to the ancient times to now, there was always different forms of currency. At one point, cocoa beans that you make chocolate was currency, right? So I always tried to say, when people try to manipulate, oh, God is going to kill you or curse you if you don't pay such and such. I said, this is the devil, whoever the devil is, you know, like, this is just of the devil. This is just evil. Like, why would God kill me for something that God ain't even spending? Man gonna spend it. Or why would God kill me for something I don't have? And especially, I used to always say, like, if you really speaking to God and God is really into, you can, like, you're so much of an intuitive genie, you can honestly, when you be able to see if the person can even afford certain shit that you're asking for, or if it would even make sense for them to invest in this, and then it actually causes like a domino effect, which leads them to poverty because that wasn't the right investment for them, right? No, God, I personally, this is my personal opinion, I don't believe that God has anything to do with money. And I don't feel like God's going to kill you if you don't have money to pay a spiritual leader or a pastor, whatever, money that you sometimes don't even fucking have. That doesn't make any sense. That is, to me, like, that is carnal. That is man's system, and that is man's way of fear, tactic, manipulation. Okay? Like, don't get me wrong. Of course, there are blessings that come with the good deeds that you do, and you should be paid for your work. But I guess you guys can understand, if you understand what I'm saying, if you could resonate, or if you resonate with these experiences, or you see the shenanigans where people will try to literally put people in a state of fear and panic for monetary gain, which to me has nothing to do with God, And like, if you realize that, like, there's so much going on financially that you should actually be teaching the people how to, like, financial education, financial literacy, so maybe they can be placed in a position where they can give more, or be in a better position to bless you monetarily. But I don't feel like, when they say balance spirituality and practicality, we're like, I feel like don't be so heavily minded that you talking about but you can't even use your resources to add financial literacy education to the collective, or to the people that you're trying to help, when they have to balance themselves within the earthly realm, which you need money. So yeah, and you shouldn't have to spend money and put yourself on a financial strain where you can't to get spiritual guidance, where you can't even after that balance your natural reality. That's manipulation. All right. Okay, but we have Broadway energy here. All right. Lights, camera, action. It's time. It's your time to shine, baby. Yeah. And 2020 vision. See into life. Don't just look at it. All right. And her. Like, you know, you're not perfect, but you're worth it. No one's perfect. But Spirit wants you to know that you are worth it, all right? So, with that being said, I'm going to go to the Angels and the Ancestors Oracle to see what messages Spirit has here. And like, I used to be like, damn, like, if I can make a lot of money, what I do outside of here, like, in the beauty industry. And that's why you always see me looking good like that, you know. But, you know, like, just everything happens for a reason, and I'm here now. And I still do the beauty industry, whatever. But I brought that up because Sadhguru, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I kind of felt like when I started to like commit to my spiritual path in 2018, like, damn, like, you know, like, I don't want it because I've been doing this all my life naturally, honestly. Anybody that knows me, all my clients that know me, all right, in the beauty and the art world, they know, like, I always do one-to-ones because, like, I don't have time for rush, and I like customized soul customized one-to-one experiences. Because I hate when people want to just take your money and rush you, but like not give you that undivided time and attention to get to the result you're looking for, or like, you know, to the matter you came to them for. And I feel like, damn, that's very unfair. Like, I feel like it's like a rat race where they're trying to get a bunch of numbers in. And like, do you know how people have to wait for this money to come to you, and like all you do is rushing to get to the next person? Like, do you actually fucking care? So I brought that up to say Sadhguru, right, which is like this Indian, like, I don't know if he's a Sikh or like he's like a spiritual guru. You guys had to have seen him. Like right now he's about saving the soil. And he said, like, you know, he doesn't get paid for what he does, but Spirit always provides. Like, it's, you know, but the provision he needs is provided. And they're like, no way, because, you know, he has millions of followers, but he can use that platform and say, hey, I'm going to start charging everybody this, that. And he doesn't. And I was so shocked, and I was like relieved at the same time. I was like, okay, like, God, because I personally don't feel like, for me personally, like, if I'm going to channel Spirit, it won't be on the basis of man's monetary system. It's me, Spirit, purely picking up what Spirit gave to me to give to you. Like, I don't feel like direct connection to Spirit can be paid for, because the Spirit ain't spending the money, the people is. Yeah. But of course there is like fair energy exchange where like you do have to balance yourself in the reality. So like, you know, I just put that up to say like, yeah, me personally, Spirit always provides for me. Yeah. And I'm not here to rob nobody and talking about, oh, Spirit said, give me just for money. I'm not doing this for money. This is solely, me fulfilling my life purpose and wanting to help others. I originally had started another channel, but I had got overwhelmed with it, honestly, and I had shut it down. And it was originally because one of my homegirls, who she's originally was a client, but she ended up being my homegirl because if you know me, we vibe, right? She asked me to come out. She kept asking me, like, please, can you come over? Like, I really want to talk to you. Please, can you come over? I really want to talk to you. And it had nothing to do with money. Just, you know, I never, you know, I couldn't charge her. It's like, no, she just genuinely wanted to come over and hang out and talk to her. And I had met her through a third-party friend, which knew her before me, and she was going through some major life shit, and she just wanted to speak to me. She was like, no, like, I just want you, like, don't call her, just you come, we could just talk. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna come, but, like, I'm just so used to always giving my energy, and I was just like, listen, like, I will let me wait until after my birthday, and then I'll go and reach out to her, because I knew it was gonna take a lot from me energetically, because she was going through a lot. And I was saying, like, that was me, like, putting myself first. And then, oh, my God, rest her soul, my homegirl passed away. passed away, and I felt like really bad. I don't blame myself for it. I'm not going to blame myself for it. For a moment, I kept feeling like, damn, like, if I would have just went to her, I would just speak to her, maybe I could have, like, spoke her back life into her. Like, you know, I could have encouraged her. Like, what, like, you know, like, words are very powerful. And that's why I try to do my best. I'm still human, so, like, when I get angry, don't get me wrong, like, sometimes gunshots come out. But, like, I try to stay away from it because I know that my words are very, very powerful, where my words to people have changed people's life for the better. And I know that if I go the other way, it can do, the opposite. And that's, like, not what I'm here for. So, but I just learned, and I am still learning to, like, stay away from people that trigger me to that place of I don't even want to go, you know? So long story short, I came on to what gave me the guts to come publicly. Because not all the time I'm able to, like, tend to each soul one-to-one. But I said, you know what, maybe if I make this platform, you know, I can help others, and whoever needs the message, they will get it. And it won't put a strain on me. And then also, too, if they can't afford to pay me financially, but I still need to live, hey, I'll just let YouTube pay me, and, you know, they receive the messages, you know, that they need to hear. So, like, I just want to put that out there. Maybe some of you guys could be like, you know, could relate, you know. Okay, let's see what your spirit guides want you to know at this time. Look, star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. There's something that you need to release, and, like, your soul has been telling you. And you definitely you're definitely a star seed. And you definitely have star, like literally you're actually a descendant of the stars is what I'm getting. All right. And your ancestors want you to follow the voice of your soul. Look what's here to clarify the you are good enough Virgo, which is the Empress Mother energy. Earth Mother, feel love and comforted. And this is under the 10 of Wands with all the burdens. Know that you are good enough. Despite the burdens that you face or the burdens that you carry, you are good enough. And the universe loves you and supports you, and people love and support you. And they want you to feel loved and comforted, okay? You deserve it. So we have, with your commitment that is being tested at this time, it's clarified with the Wise One. Grow within your current situation. Yes, you're being tested, but this test is for you to grow. And in spite of the illusions that are here, take the time to breathe out and see things from a higher perspective. Some of you guys can resonate with the eagle as a spirit guide, right? Some of you guys can have dreams. And if you know the characteristic traits of an eagle, sometimes the eagle's either flying alone or with other eagles. So even if spirit has you alone for a time, know that you're never really alone, but you can't rock with everyone, okay? Everyone can't handle your energy or, you know what I'm saying, reciprocate the energy you give. So spirit is not going to have you around just anyone at this time. It's either you're going to rock alone or you're going to rock with other eagles, right? And with that being said, spirit wants you to protect your energy, surround yourself with protective energy. And with the dream that I had with, you know, male energy, spirit, you know, and feminine energy for their power and acting all macho with that shit. When they done, it's like, oh no, so. But it is clarified with let go and the need to be right, peace, and, you know, keeping the peace. You don't have to march out and scream out, I got the power. I got the power. Know that you have it and be peaceful. You could run up and headbutt a couple people, but, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to. Let them learn, you know, in due time. But you know that you know what you know. And with that, with knowing that, keep your peace. Keep your peace here. Keep your peace here. The spirit wants you to go ahead and dream and journey. All right? And connect with your emotions as you do so. All right? So I'm feeling like you're very emotionally connected to this dream. And spirit wants you to trust and go forward and connect with your emotions as you do so. And water guarding, so invite more water into your life. You maybe want to meditate by a river or a lake, by the beach, you know, or run yourself a bath, you know. But we have High Priestess, harness mystic power. So definitely you're a High Priestess, right? You have High Priestess energy, or you have that in your bloodline, right? Where if you just go ahead and hunt, they want you to hunt, be the hunter, and track down your fears and your desires. Because, baby, your dreams, you know, they'll come true as soon as you follow the voice of your soul and know your power. Okay? So let's see what's going on here. So within the next few weeks, big happy changes. Okay, so within the next few weeks, expect big happy changes, okay? Within the next few weeks, expect big happy changes. And then I say about a body of water, and look, they're by a body of water here. So your angels definitely want you to connect with water and connect with your emotions. Even using water to help you clear certain energies and balance your emotions. And expect some big happy changes within the next few weeks, okay? Okay, and I love my golden bag. Let's see what this fortune has for you at this time. Fortune, what message is here? Okay, we have a message. Walk beautifully, talk beautifully, and live beautifully, okay? See you guys soon. Ashe.